104.1 KRB, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Rule and Ryan Show with Eric, featuring Special K and Sam.
All right, we're going to go a bit around the table, but we might get stuck on this first thing we're talking about. It's Labor Day weekend. People are going to be maybe trying to get to the beach, go to Galveston, Kemah, go out of town, do whatever. And you might be enjoying an adult beverage. Mm-hmm. Now, for years, by wine snobs, it has been frowned upon to add ice to your wine. Until Martha Stewart said, listen, my favorite way to drink wine involves this faux pas, because sometimes...
Red wine too, or just the white wine?
She was talking about white wine.
Okay, because I'm like, that'd be...
Why don't you just get those frozen cubes, those plastic cubes, and put them in? That way it doesn't water down the wine.
Well, you could, but who really has those? I've bought those before, and I feel like they don't do the right job. Not for wine, just in general for
like
drinks.
whiskeys and bourbons, you try those?
The stones that you freeze.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. But now, besides wine ice, we have ice in your beer.
No.
Why not?
I will not do that.
That's called Keystone Light.
Here's the actual headline. New trend. Young people are putting ice in their beer.
Well, you're idiots.
They say
they
want beer on the rocks. Gen Z wants beer on the rocks. The most refreshing way to drink a beer is beer on the rocks. It's ice. Cold beer.
I blame Gen X on that one. We raised a bunch of wimps.
I know.
One in 3 young adults admitted to putting ice in their pints of beer. 20% said they find the idea of adding ice to beer and wine
you frost the mug.
I can see Rilla doing that.
Me for sure.
Because you love ice.
I love ice.
You like more ice than iced tea. I'm like, you're not getting any iced tea.
Right.
I have an iron deficiency. When you have an iron deficiency, you love ice.
You suck on the ice, or you have to?
No, I just have to have it full ice.
It's just water. It's got no iron in it.
No, but it's a thing about iron deficiency. You always want to chew ice or something. I don't chew ice all the time because I know it's bad for your teeth. But my cousin and I both have iron deficiencies, and we are both crazy.
Why is it bad for your teeth?
When you crunch the ice, they say it like breaks down your enamel or something. If you crunch ice all day long, it's like not the best. You guys, Dennis. Dennis can text us at 37530.
The older you get, the more brittle your teeth get too.
But there's two things about the beer. You know, the last month and a half we talked about this. John Taffer from Bar Rescue. He does a video about how we want the foam on the beer to happen and wait for it to go down and then refill the beer versus we're used to tilting the glass and having no foam on the beer. When you have no foam on the beer and you put a paper towel in the beer, the paper, it totally explodes the beer. It shows that's what John Taffer showed, Sam. What? You take a beer
you put the
and you pour it with no foam.
You bob it a couple times. And then you'll see the foam just...
And just to show you, not the one that you're going to drink. He was doing this for the example.
Okay.
Just to show you
Take a little paper beverage napkin.
Yeah.
You pour a beer with no foam. Take the paper napkin, put it in there, and it's going to explode the paper napkin because of all the foam gas that's in the beer. If you let the beer have the foam head and let it drop down... Then you don't have the gas bloat.
That's what Mark and I've been pouring.
So do that. And do that with the bottle. Don't drink beer from a bottle.
No, I always do glass.
No, you want it to aerate.
Because that's what the guy said at Budweiser when they came in.
You pour it in the glass.
The brewmaster, I don't know what they're called. Remember he came in and said, don't, because every time you drink like that, you're sucking in air and you're getting the gas.
So I like the bubbles in the beer.
So the thing about the beer is that, and then the ice for the wine, listen, some people are super whiny. They want every flavor, every bouquet, every aroma, blah, blah, blah.
Every little nuance.
My thing is, if I'm going to have some wine, I cannot be hot drinking wine. And I will put ice in there, and it does water down the flavor. However, you're not letting it sit there and melt it down like a layer of water on top of the ice. I mean, you're drinking it fairly timely. And they're saying if you don't want to do ice water cubes.
I was just going to recommend this.
Make wine cubes.
Well, that's smart.
And so
freeze the wine?
Yeah, you can freeze wine in the ice cubes.
Alcohol doesn't freeze.
Wine does.
Because it's low alcohol percentage.
Or if you feel like you're going to be snobbed out, like people are going to look at you all snobby, you do grapes in ice cubes. Or you could frozen grapes. Or you could do flowers in an ice cube so it looks floral and pretty, like you made a sangria or something.
Yeah, that's cute too.
So there's all different ways to chill your wine, but it's not a faux pas apparently to put ice in your wine or your beer now. Beer on the rocks.
I like when I go to restaurants and get a bottle of wine and it's at that 54 degrees or whatever. It's not warm.
Is it for red wine?
Yeah, red wine
wine's
like
not
a cab.
as cold as
slightly
white.
chilled.
It's it's slightly chilled. Like some fancy places I go to, those steak places, I'm like, oh man, this is warm.
Super warm.
Put an ice cube in it.
Oh, yeah, no,
Let's see how they react when you put an ice cube in it.
The foam, the head on the beer, when you're in a bar and you're ordering from the draft and the bartender's pouring it, you want him to tilt the glass sideways
You want
because
more butt
otherwise you're going to get just like
then
when
you'd
the
be
foam
gassy.
settles, you're only going to get
That's
like
why to fix that, just drink
little bit
bourbon,
of
people.
Yeah.
beer.
Or vodka and soda or tonic.
Liquor.
When it comes to Labor Day barbecue, what do people want to see the most on a grill? What do you guys want to see? Number one is
Burgers.
Oh.
burgers. Sorry, Sam.
Burgers.
It's burgers first, followed by chicken wings.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I feel like chicken wings,
On the grill?
yeah.
I do them. I smoke them.
I like air fryer.
I just
I
feel
smoke
like
the wings.
I just feel like that's a lot of work.
It
No,
is.
Burgers
it's
and
not.
hot dogs are easy.
Make sure they're cooked through.
When you're with kids and that, the wings, you don't have time.
Well,
unless
that's-
Oh
you're
my
like,
God, this is
you
raw.
got like the three, someone's got the egg, they got the Traeger, they got the
I've got the grill where it's got the tray and you can put the wood chips in.
hot dogs after that, then chicken, and then steak. What do people guess not want on the barbecue? What is the number one
Pineapples. Peaches.
thing? You're close.
Lettuce.
Vegetables.
One is
Watermelon?
pears. I
Pears.
never had a pear in a
I've seen char grilled
On a grill
pears,
before it.
peaches, pineapples.
I thought people were like grilling
The number
watermelon.
one is
I have had grilled
cauliflower
watermelon.
steaks.
Which one?
Cauliflower steaks.
Cauliflower
Oh.
steak.
Ugh.
I know how that looks. You just,
Yeah.
but no,
Like if
I've
you're
never seen
vegetarian.
That's not
No.
a steak. That's just like
That's
cooked.
just a
I'll be
disc.
like, no, you can't
cauliflower.
have anything on this grill because there's meat on this grill before that.
Oh, that's right. If you're going to be
if
all
you're
that,
really that, if you
way.
want that for your
It
main
touched
dish, then
meat.
get the hell out of here. You go eat over there. I'll put the microwave for you.
You don't microwave cauliflower. That's gonna stink up the house like nothing you've ever
Well, seriously, have you
experienced.
ever wondered like if somebody farted in the kitchen, they're probably just boiling broccoli.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Did you fart?
What if
No,
they
we're
did that?
boiling broccoli.
Or you have a newborn.
What are you like?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, you making
50-50.
broccoli?
Farted in the
No.
kitchen. No.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm out of here.
Oh, remember at the Texas Children's Hospital
Yes.
thing? My God, so embarrassing.
Oh, yeah.
She was in Little Heroes. Oh, my God. For people
That
that
is
don't know
still
this.
one of my favorite
I forgot
stories.
about
This is
that.
insane.
Oh,
This is insane. We were doing the live broadcast at Texas Children's Hospital, and this sweet woman who used to work there, and her kid was a patient. She had like what? The baby was like 6 months old or something now.
It was a baby. Yeah.
And so we go from 6 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Texas Children's, and we are in the commissary area where the cafeteria is.
I remember
And I
this.
thought, oh, they just flipped over to lunch. I smelled them boiling broccoli. It was not. It was the baby's diaper. And we were on the air because I made a joke on the air, like, oh, I guess it's lunchtime because they're making broccoli. And then we go off the air, and the mom says, oops, I got to change his diaper. And then I go, wait a second. Hold on.
So wild.
I just
broccoli.
said it smells like broccoli because I thought they flipped the commissary to lunch, and it's your baby's diaper.
I'm like, rule it's
So
only
embarrassing.
9:30.
Right?
So
Sarah and I were
embarrassing.
on the other side.
That's
We're
worse.
like, we
Because
couldn't smell it.
Sam and I were right next to that, so we had to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it
did
was-
you smell that baby? Did you
Oh,
knew it was
you
a
knew it
poopy
was a
diaper?
Yes, but
baby.
we were trying not to
But we just tried to.
highlight it like you
Oh,
did.
And then
well,
you
I didn't know
said-
it was highlighting a poopy diaper. I legit thought because in my brain, I'm like, okay.
What was the
we're
look on that
moving
woman's
from-
face?
I don't think she got it right away because I had to tell her during the break. I
Yeah.
go, when she said naturally,
It
oh,
was
I have to
fine.
change baby's diaper. I go, wait a second.
I think she was too busy. Like,
I think the baby
On the
is
mic.
the broccoli.
The baby is the
The
broccoli.
baby is
The baby
broccoli.
has
I need you to
broccoli.
say that in Moira's voice.
Take 1,000. I think the baby is the broccoli. I can't do it.
Now,
Take
they say-
1,000 naked pictures of yourself.
If you're traveling
Moira
this
Rose.
weekend for Labor Day, they say today between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. is the best time to hit the roads to avoid traffic.
oh yeah, I'm screwed today.
I know.
We're
they
leaving
say-
for Galveston right now. Show's over.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh, no. Isn't there morning traffic still, though? It's 8 a.m.
I'm thinking-
45 is still
I
They say
morning
before
traffic
noon
crazy.
today, now 6 to 10 a.m. on Saturday if you're going to be doing some driving. The worst driving times are today between noon and 8 p.m.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
Saturday, the roads
Noon
are
to
the
8
worst.
p.m. That's
like
the
the whole
biggest
day.
window.
Yeah.
That's like when they're like, we're going to deliver your package
Yeah,
today.
That is
The
a
window
bad
is from
time to be on
Or
the
the
road.
cable man will be over between 12 and 12.
And then tomorrow, the worst time to drive is from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
I was reading
So pretty much all day.
a stat on why traffic happens, and they were studying it. And basically, it's just you know how it's you're stuck in traffic for 30 minutes. You get up to you're like, okay, there better be a body up here or something, and there's nothing. You're like, why did this happen? All it takes is a few people hit their brakes,
Yeah.
Rubberneck or something.
and then just
just-
idiots don't know how to drive, so they hit their brakes. And what does that do? Chain reaction. Everyone has to hit their brakes.
Yep.
And think
Bottleneck.
about it. You got 1,000 people behind you.
Yep.
It adds minutes and minutes.
That's why
because
they
of one
say-
idiot up there.
if you're just here driving the freeway, get off the freeway.
They're
why
going
they
too
say-
slow in the left lane. If
In
you're
the
under the
future-
speed limit, I say arrest them.
No kidding. In the future, they say when everybody's in the driverless cars, we won't have these problems anymore.
Because everything will be
It'll
timed
be a
out.
set speed limit and everybody will
that's
drive.
why.
No, the driverless cars in Austin for that convention, the Waymo had held up the hotel valet line for 15 minutes, 10 minutes.
It wouldn't move.
It would not move because the Waymo's sensors were off, and the valet said they couldn't move the car, and it was in the way of the valet lane. And the whole street was backed up because of the Waymo just sitting there, and they couldn't move the Waymo.
I still think
So
work out
imagine
the
that
kinks.
happening on 45.
I still think we're like 15 years away before
that.
for Tesla type cars.
We
take
are going to
over.
be grandparents.
I mean, I know they're really great, but-
before
I think
this
so.
is a real
I
thing.
think so. Absolutely.
Which would be
We will
perfect.
tell our kids. We
We'll be
used to watch
old.
a cartoon called The Jetsons, and now we're 90, and it actually happened. All right, checking out now. Ticket
Dead.
clicked. Coming up next, we are going to talk to one of our listeners who
Speaking
reached
of
out
death.
to us. It's about laughter in the funeral home,
Yeah.
laughter in the funeral parlor. One of our listeners reached out to us and said that his grandma had written this book
Or his
that was on
mom,
Amazon.
right?
Oh, is his mom or his grandma?
Mom.
Okay, his mom wrote a book that was on Amazon. I have not met them yet. I have not seen the book yet. I remember when they called our show. Eric invited them up here. We're going to learn more about the book on Amazon because he wanted to give his mom a shout out because the book was on Amazon.
50 years of owning a funeral parlor, and she
Yeah.
has
Oh, the stories.
and stuff. I want to hear these.
So we're going to help her get a bump on her Amazon
She's like, I feel
sales.
like I'm back at the funeral parlor working with a bunch of stiffs in here. Oh, there they are.
Yay, they're
There
waiting
she
for us. Okay,
is.
they're going to be on our show next on KRVE.
Good morning from the Bell Furniture.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Wake up. It's KRBE and more of the Rula and Ryan Show with Aaron.
Okay, let me tell you what is so fantastic about doing live radio. I mean, I just love it so much for so many reasons. We meet so many amazing people who come across our show. And on Fridays, for those of you in the 8 o'clock hour who make this your regular routine, in the 6 o'clock hour of the Friday show, we do something called Open Phones Friday, where you can call us up and tell us what's on your mind or what's going on. And about 3 weeks ago on Open Phones Friday, Rob called us up because he wanted to talk about his mom having a book on Amazon. And we're like, what? What's the book? Well, we have invited Rob and his parents into the studio because the book is called Laughter from the Funeral
And
Parlor.
that made it stick out.
Oh,
Rob,
yeah.
Rob, we're like, Rob, you got to bring your mom in here. Hey, Rob.
No, hello.
Here, get right up on
So
Yeah.
Rob and
guys.
his mom, Miss JoAnn Stevens, and his dad, Mr. Jerry Stevens, are in here. They've traveled from Louisiana. Rob has lived here, but your parents traveled from where in Louisiana?
Gina, Louisiana.
How far is that?
5.5 hours.
5.5 hour drive.
Now, tell your mom and dad, of course, know the story of you being on, and that's why you brought them here.
Yeah.
All right, Miss JoAnn, welcome to the Rule and Ryan Show. There,
Thank
you are
you.
just
Author.
the cutest.
Also,
I know. I mean,
Author
this is
JoAnn
something
Stevens.
I think is so universal. Look, no matter what, nobody gets out alive. We're all going to need you at one
Death
point.
and taxes. Guaranteed in life. Now, Miss JoAnn, I understand that your husband Jerry is a family mortician / funeral
Third
parlor
generation.
family. Third generation. Now, it says here in your book, it says 8 decades of humorous stories and memories.
Yes.
So you took to pen of all the adventures of Jerry's life in the funeral parlor and your own.
and his parents and grandparents. His grandfather came to Louisiana from Nebraska in 1926.
Wow.
Does this mean you lived there at the funeral home? or-
Jerry lived there as a child.
Okay, because I know a lot of people. in my town.
There was a drive between, and I tell in the book there was a cattle gap. And do you know what a cattle gap is?
It's
No.
a gap.
Cattle gap is to keep cows from coming in because cows were at large at that time in our little town.
Oh, wow.
And I say in the book that the cattle gap was to keep cars, keep cows out, and to keep your feet clean.
So you can find this book on Amazon, right? And it's Laughter from the Funeral Parlor, 8 decades of humorous stories and memories. JoAnn Stevens is the author. That's Rob's mom. And tell us some of the stories that stick out to you, Miss
Okay.
JoAnn.
That means you want to do this.
One of the
Yeah.
funniest stories is Jerry went to the local clinic to pick up someone that was deceased. And when he was in the room, he noticed the man didn't have dentures. So he opened the nightstand and gets out the dentures and he thinks, whoopee. And he gets back to the funeral home and first you bathe them.
Yeah.
And then you put the teeth in. And after he completed embalming, and he was proud because the teeth fit perfect. And he gets a phone call. And this girl says, Mr. Jerry, do you need Papa's teeth?
Oh my God.
No.
And Jerry
Oh, my
says,
Lord.
I got them out of the nightstand. Oh, no, Mr. Jerry, those were Mama's.
Oh, no.
Oh, you took the wrong teeth.
Oh, no. What? Did Jerry, did he take him out?
Did they want him back?
Couldn't take them out. And I don't know what the lady did. We don't.
So when you say that you can't take them out, do you sew the mouths shut or?
Oh, God.
Well,
that's so hard.
embalming helps the mouth to form and
Oh,
close.
so it's stuck on there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're stuck.
They're in there.
You
They're
glue 'em
in.
right?
Oh, my gosh. So,
Yeah, because you don't want them falling
glue
out
'em in.
during stuff.
No,
So-
not likely.
And
Not
so,
likely.
Miss JoAnn, you take, because I'm sure, Mr. Jerry's here, and y'all sound like we're going to be talking to y'all for a long time off the air because the story.
What motivated you to put this from pen to
One day at the
paper?
funeral home, we weren't busy because we had 4,000 in our little community, and we had somewhere around 80 to 100 services a year. So we were just talking, and people got to telling. There was 3 or 4 of us that worked there telling stories, and that was before we had a computer. And I went to the typewriter and I typed some of the stories. Now, the reason that I took so long to do a book, you don't think of laughter and funeral
It's true.
going
It's
together.
I always think that's like the
And
saddest time.
I didn't want to offend anybody in
gotta
any
do this
way
without
because
being
you live in a little
disrespectful.
town like we do. You know everybody.
Right.
If you forget something,
Yeah.
somebody can tell you.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That's
You know,
for
because
sure.
they know
If they're
you.
offended, they'll tell you, too.
But I
Yeah.
will say that, laughter is the greatest gift that you can have.
Yes.
Look, Rula and Eric and myself, we've all lost a parent. And I can tell you firsthand that some of the jokes and the smiles and the laughter that we had at the service were what got us through those
Sure,
things.
and that's what really made me do it.
Right,
And
that's
the girl that worked with me, see, I had dual jobs: mom, chauffeur, funeral home. And I work at a law office. I still work at the law office.
Love
I've been
that.
there
Wow.
for about 50 years. I
Really?
work yeah.
What's
Still
your job
working.
there?
Yeah, I love it.
What's
So,
your job there, Miss JoAnn?
I'm an abstractor.
What does
an
that mean?
abstractor is keeping up with the land. I
Okay.
have these huge books that look ledgers.
Okay.
And I go to the clerk's office and I get the deeds and everything, anything that's recorded.
Okay.
And I keep it in these books.
And you've been doing it for 50 years.
I've been doing it for 50
Wow,
years.
that's
and these
amazing.
books
Oh, wow.
would be more valuable than the firm itself.
Wow.
Because
Oh, wow.
it's from patent.
Yeah.
Like when
Oh,
people,
yeah.
when people plotted on
Yeah,
land,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
there forward.
Wow.
So I do that.
May I ask
Let me
you-
reintroduce you real
Okay.
quick. Miss JoAnn Stevens is in our studio with her husband, Jerry, and Rob, her son. Rob, her son, listens to our show. He's lived in Houston for how many years now, Rob?
For 29 years.
29 years.
29.
He called Open Phones Friday to just tell us about my mom has a book on Amazon. They're from Louisiana. Tell me the town again.
Gina.
Gina, Louisiana.
4,000 people.
4,000 people.
4,000.
And
That's
it's
a
laughter from the funeral parlor because Mr. Jerry lived in it.
Caution lights.
3, that's it?
That's it.
Just caution lights, not even red
Well,
lights.
no.
Are
Well,
you the only funeral home in...
no.
What,
no.
you have a competition?
Yeah.
With 4,000 people?
Yeah.
So Mr. Jerry is the mortician.
Yes.
And was raised in the funeral home. That's
Yes.
a whole other story with him.
Rob, did you ever take the hearse out like on a date or
No dates. No.
homecoming?
Was in the hearse. Yep. And also
In the coffins?
The flower truck.
The flower truck.
Yeah. So driving the flower truck.
Okay.
I've always wondered, if you're living on site, has anything ever happened like a body made a noise?
Mr. Jerry can
Yeah,
get
you're
on the
scared,
mic there,
yeah.
Mr. Jerry.
Is he too scared to go on?
As a mortician. Hi, Mr. Jerry.
Hi, Jerry.
so nice.
So were you born into the funeral home? Like that was your first home? Your parents brought you home and they were living in the funeral home, or you eventually moved there like when you were a little
No, I
older?
was born there.
Born into it.
Born
Okay.
there.
So to answer, have you ever heard something like that, like where a body just suddenly makes a noise in the middle of the night?
No, that doesn't happen.
That doesn't
That
happen.
doesn't.
How did you two meet? Like high school?
Oh,
Like how many years ago?
We met at church when we were toddlers.
Oh,
and then
wow.
we were in high school together. And I hate to say it, but I wouldn't have dated Jerry in high school. I thought he was a little bit of a snob.
Ah, you were a snob.
And Jerry, how many years have been married now, Mr. Jerry? How many
Pardon?
years have y'all been married now? How many years together?
59.
59.
59 years married.
Did you know she thought you were a snob in high school?
No.
Let me tell you a story
tell
about
us.
Jerry. He was a booster bow. Now that I don't know if you know what that is.
No.
But that's a group of girls that cheered.
Oh, a booster
you
bow.
know,
Yeah,
and
booster
it would
club.
be maybe 50 girls.
Okay.
Okay.
He was the booster bow. Well, the girls all loved him, and I was in the band. So, but anyway, you'd see Jerry at recess, and he'd be right in the middle of a bunch of girls.
Oh,
And later,
I couldn't help it.
later after we married, well, one of the girls told me, she said, well, we would go pick up everybody in the car and said, we'd look around and we'd say, well, we got to go get Jerry.
Wow,
So,
Jerry.
Way to go.
But I went to Northwestern State University, and Jerry went to LSU. He was in the military and went to mortuary school.
Yeah.
And then one day in Alexandria, which is about 45 miles from us, so you probably know about Alexandria.
Yeah.
He was walking down the street, and my girlfriend and I had run down to town during our lunch break, and I saw him, and I told her, I said, there's Jerry Stevens. And we'd probably not seen each other in 6 years. And I waved, and he waved. And from then on,
That was it.
He wasn't to stop then.
no, he called me for a date. This is even funny. My grandfather died, and I had to call him and tell him my grandfather died.
Aw.
Now, I didn't make the connection, and I thought, he'll never call me again. He thinks I made that up. You know, that I wouldn't want to go, that I decided, well, I just tell you my granddaddy died, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're
But
send
it
him
was true, and now I know.
Like,
that
I
he
thought you were going to say,
understands.
he's like, I know, I'm looking at him right now. He's here.
Yeah, I thought you said he's already
That's a
here.
good point. Jerry, have you ever had to work on somebody that you knew that was maybe a friend or a family member?
Oh, yes.
Pretty much every.
A lot.
I mean,
How do you
in a small
separate
town,
yourself?
they
We
know-
live in a
they know
small
everyone.
town. We
Yeah.
So you're in this small town and you're working on people that you may have loved.
Oh.
I mean, how
Tough, huh?
how do you
Not
do that?
first.
How do you like separate
mean,
the
Yeah.
job from your personal feelings?
Our own family, even. I mean,
The
from-
first person
gosh.
that I did cosmetics and hair and helped dress was my mom.
Really? Miss JoAnn, wow.
Because I
And
mean, what
so,
you do is
why not? I mean, she was the love of my life.
Yeah.
Why, who else could do better?
what a wonderful
That's true.
gift.
That's true. That's
And
nice.
then from then on, even now, we get calls. I get calls where people want me to come back and cosmetize
Mm-hmm.
or do makeup for the or do hair for their family.
So just to keep it straight,
great
it's
thing.
Mr. Jerry's family that had the funeral parlor. You married into the family, and then you got into the business. You've worked at the law firm 50 years, but you also helped in the funeral parlor.
Before we married, they introduced me to it. I think they wanted to be sure that I was going to fit in.
Now, Rob, you didn't want to
yeah,
work
Rob,
in
you
this
didn't, you
business?
didn't work there?
No.
no. What
we
did you do,
did
Rob?
not want Rob in
no.
it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's too confining.
It's too confining.
Go out there.
But we love all these people. Of
course.
I mean, you know,
It's
we
family.
love.
I
we
bet
love
you-
And they
all
love
the
you
people we
'cause I bet you
serve.
take
I bet
care
you
of
it gives
them.
you a different perspective on life.
Well, of course it does. But what a lot of people don't realize when we first started, when I first started, the funeral homes had ambulance service.
Oh, they had an ambulance
There
service.
was
Okay.
no ambulances like you see.
Now.
They might be out here, but in Gina, Louisiana, or most of Louisiana, there was no ambulances like you see today.
Weren't they like
Okay.
station wagons back then?
Like the Ghostbusters?
It was the same car they used to pick up bodies in, and they had a light that had a magnet on it, and they
Oh, they
would
put it
put
on
it on top. And I
Oh,
laughingly
wow.
say the only training Jerry had was he was an Eagle Scout.
But I've got to say, in the years we did that,
Yeah.
we only lost one person
That's good.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
From the-
Because you guys
And
were
it
there.
worked.
home to the hospital.
Oh, wow, look at that. If you're just tuning into
That's
the Rule and
impressive.
Ryan Show with Eric here on KRBE, we're speaking to a sweet family from Gina, Louisiana. Now, Rob has lived in Houston over 29
29 years, yeah.
Listens to our show and told us his mama wrote a book called Laughter from the Funeral Parlor, 8 Decades of Humorous Stories and Memories. It's on Amazon. You can find it. JoAnn Stevens, and Jerry Stevens is her husband. Raised in a funeral home, has all the stories from families that, you know, it is a very tough time and you want to be respectful of the deceased, but there's also such a mysterious curiosity about the deceased. And that's why I'm sure we'll let people ask all questions at parties.
Can I ask one question about shoes? 'Cause I don't remember because my mom and dad died. I don't remember if we brought shoes to the funeral home because no one sees that part of the body. Do you even put shoes on, or do they even have pants on?
Put socks.
Socks.
But no shoes.
If people request shoes, we ask
Put
that
them
they
next-
get flexible shoes
Yeah, 'cause you can't
like,
just.
that you can use. Put
I would
on
imagine
easier.
it's difficult to dress a deceased person.
No,
no?
Not so much.
Do you have to cut the backs Of the clothing?
To get them on.
Sometimes. And in the book, it tells one time I was at home and I get a call from the funeral home and they tell me they cut the dress down the side instead of down the back.
Uh-oh.
So I have to run, get the dress and stitch it up where they can put it on. But
wow.
If all possible, we tried not to cut a garment.
Okay.
But
I just remember going to Mueller Funeral Home in Ottawa, Illinois for my parents, and the people there, like you guys, were so kind because you're there at their lowest moment, and you make them feel so good because it's like
you're guiding them.
Yeah, guiding us about I never thought about coffins before. My dad wanted a coffin with a drawer in it.
Oh, okay.
And
So
we put all my cousins would put plastic Easter eggs in there because my dad would always put money and hide them for
keepsakes.
An ear of corn because it was around harvest time in September.
And he was a corn
Put that in the
farmer.
drawer and stuff. And I just remembered little things like that.
That's
and they thought of that
sweet.
idea, the people that...
Miss JoAnn, you have any memory or something stick out to you that somebody wanted special for the casket or
What's the
things like
strangest
Oh.
thing anybody wanted put in there with them?
Well, we had a man that had requested that his family put a $100 bill in his pocket.
Just in case.
Just in case. And then there was another
Somebody
gentleman
swiped
that smoked cigars all the time. And he always said if he had 7 in his pocket, they wouldn't fall out. So we put 7 cigars in his pocket.
Wow, this is
How about
really...
a pet? Could you put a pet with them or is there laws against that?
Maybe a child, you put a stuffed animal or something.
Right.
Now, children are the hardest to
Oh,
deal
my
with.
God, I
That's
can't
so
even imagine.
hard. That's really, really. I tell you a story that was funny to me with Jerry. This girl came in, her mother was, we were taking care of her mother, and she walked in, and Jerry got the clothes, and he noticed that she only gave him a top. And Jerry looked at her and he said, "Where's the rest of it?" "Oh, Mr. Jerry, you don't see anything but the top." He said, "You go get me a pair of pants or a skirt. I am not dressing your mother
And just a shirt. And
Even if you're the only one that knows, you know.
Yes.
You can't live with that.
Oh, my gosh, that's
And
so
this
funny.
same family, this girl said, "And Mr. Jerry, after the service, we're going to give everybody a choice of a peppermint or a framed picture of Mama." Guess what they had the most left over of?
The framed
pictures
Yeah.
of Mama.
Really? Oh, my gosh.
Do you ever see people take photos?
Oh,
'Cause
yes.
You never see it that
While
much.
they're in the coffin?
Yeah, because I didn't. My parents, I'm like, I don't want
That's
that
not
memory.
But we have
Final
cameras
memory
now
you
that
want.
are so accessible to us. I'm sure
but
you
now
see it more.
I see it more the last 15 years.
Well, when I started working with Jerry, I was one of the few females that worked in the industry at all. And I would always wear either a navy or a black dress, to help
Right,
him.
first.
Well, there's one little community out in the country, they would ask Jerry to bring me with them when we had a service out there. But it was some people didn't handle it real well back then at first, but it was a necessity at times
Yeah.
I
for
think
me
you
to
guys
help.
did amazing things for people. I don't think you probably realize what you've done for your community.
You're taking people at their lowest point and
Yes.
helping them get
And that's
through
why this
it.
book is so cool. Because it's
Laughter
laughter,
in the
fun
funeral
stories.
parlor.
And in the back, there's things that we've learned, and it's tips. And for
I saw
people
that.
that might need to know some little tips or things they could use.
Yes, I went to that page
or-
actually where
Oh,
you
yeah,
were
things we
speaking.
learned and
Things
stuff?
we learned, yeah. Death has no respect for age.
Nope.
I'm going to read a few of these. If you have a favorite vocalist, make that known
Yes.
to your family. It's okay. Hold on, where is it? If you have a favorite hymn, tell a close family member. Some cemeteries and cities have an added weekend or holiday fee for burial.
They do.
Who knew? Who knew? Might be extra. Let's see what else. It would help if females would have their favorite makeup in a makeup bag so the family can provide the funeral home with that makeup because you want your deceased loved one to look the way they did when they were living.
I
There's
can
nothing
tell you-
weirder than seeing somebody looking odd. Tell us, Miss JoAnn.
I can tell you a makeup story. A girl
Okay.
came in and brought me makeup, and I was looking at it, and you probably remember, but when I looked at the lipstick, it was green. And I said, what's this? And she said, "Oh, it's one of those where it comes on just the right colors that Mom didn't wear a lot of color, and it just looks natural." And I was thinking to myself, Yoo-hoo, I hope they leave me that tube because, man, that could help me later on. Well, I didn't know at the time, but the lipstick is affected by body heat. And, of course, there's no body heat.
Right.
And I put that lipstick on. Do you know what psychedelic pink looks like?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I tried cold cream.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't come off.
Oh, no. Gosh. Miss
Finally, I
JoAnn.
put a little bit of foundation over it and then put a color that was lighter.
To mask
it. I think
different-
that was probably my most frightened moment because you want someone to look so pretty for their family.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people are texting. They just ordered the book. They wish you could do it on audio because they love
Oh,
your voice.
yeah. They want,
yeah.
Can you do that, Rob? Figure out how your mom can do the audiobook.
Should be able to.
I got to push her on that one. Yeah,
Oh my
well,
gosh, please. Yes, Miss JoAnn and Mr. Jerry can be in there too because you guys have fantastic stories. People are
Or do
loving
a
you
podcast
guys.
even.
Yes,
Rob, do
Laughter
it.
from the Funeral Parlor. 8 decades of humorous stories and memories. Miss JoAnn Stevens, her husband Jerry.
Thanks for
their
joining
son
us.
Rob.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so much
sharing.
for making the trek from Gina, Louisiana to be right here on the
Our
Roll and Ride Show with
pleasure.
Eric. That is so fantastic.
Never forget you.
That's for sure.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back next with Scoop on the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric and KRBE.
Celebrity Scoop. On the Rule and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
It's brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas, and October is kicking off festival season in Houston. There are a lot of festivals that kick off in October. Now, October 11th is going to be the kickoff of the Renaissance Festival. You can get your tickets at texrenfest.com, but we have a 4-pack of tickets up for grabs right now. If you're caller 12 at 833-390-KRBE, that's 5723, the Renaissance Festival. You got to reserve like a whole day for that.
Oh, yeah.
That's not
Well,
something you go to just for like an hour or two.
You don't want to. You want to just stay there all day and have fun.
Yes, and if you follow KRBE, you know Special K has lots of costumes.
Oh, yeah. You
Sam
don't
has been
have
there
to
with
dress
him.
up.
Did you go last year, Sam?
I didn't go last year. Oh, man.
You used to go every year. I remember your husband would dress like a pirate.
We dressed like a pirate. That was before babies. So I haven't been.
before
babies.
I
Oh, it's
haven't
been
been in a
BB.
while. Yeah.
Oh.
So I need to go back.
I have
Santi's at that
definitely-
age, he could maybe throw a tomato at that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
insult guy?
Yeah, I should try. Santi has an arm on him.
Actually, I would wait a little bit for him to get a little bit older because they hurl some pretty bad insults back at you.
Well, he won't understand it
wouldn't
right now.
understand
You
it.
don't
Yeah.
want to get
It would
older
be
so you can
perfect.
understand
Yeah, when
it.
they're 7, 8, they go, Mommy, what is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
now
What's
he
that
won't
mean?
understand it.
He'd just be like, okay.
All right, so as we know that artificial intelligence is taking over the world for good or bad, AI picked the catchiest songs of the last 50 years.
Okay.
Are you ready to see what artificial
let's
intelligence
see if they have
thinks
some
are
taste.
the catchiest songs?
It's probably better than Rolling Stone and the
Oh, I
my
know.
God.
Those pretentious
When Rolling
snobs.
Stone does their lists, they don't even put some of the hottest.
It's
They have to pick
hits.
like bands that two people like.
artsy stuff that the critics like.
I want to say, as much as you want to think that AI doesn't get stuff right, because there are times where they give you false information, I feel like this is pretty spot on, guys. These are just classics. The
All right.
catchiest songs of the last 50 years. You want just the top 5? We'll go top 5.
All right.
Top 5 is, yo, tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Spice
Tell
Girls?
me what you want. Wanna Be by the Spice Girls.
Okay.
Tell me what you want.
Love
Okay,
it.
That's very catchy. I would agree with that.
Man, I hated them that
Wanna
year.
Be,
Love
Spice
Spice
Girls.
Girls.
That movie
Okay.
came out. I'm like, please, let
Spice World.
this and American Idol were the two things I wanted to go away so fast.
Why?
Shh, just let it
Because
happen,
there's just
Eric.
so much.
Overkill.
Overkill.
Okay, number 4, the catchiest songs of the last 50 years. Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Cyndi Lauper.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely, that's a catchy song and it's fun.
A lot of movies use it. They'll use it by
Commercials use it.
Been
our
remade.
grandkids that will never, or great grandkids we never meet will hear that song.
Number 3, it is a song that as I sang it when I was a child, I didn't know I was singing the wrong words. For the word claims that in the chorus, I thought he was saying clippin' or clibbin'. It's Michael Jackson's Billie Jean.
Oh, yeah.
Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl who claims that I am the one. But I thought he said clippin', I am the one.
But it also sounds like he's saying, the chair is not my son.
Yeah, the chair is
Right.
not my
It's
son.
supposed to be, the kid is not my son, but it sounds like he's singing, but the chair
It
is
sounds like he's saying the
That's
chair
not
is not
even
my
my
son.
top.
That is
That's not even my top 5 of his songs.
Right,
And that's
right.
supposed to be in the top 5 of all.
The top,
Yeah.
that's the third
It's catchy.
catchiest song
Man on
of
the
the
Moon
last
or
50
whatever, Man in the
years,
Mirror or
according to
whatever.
AI. But I would say Billie Jean, who was Michael Jackson's probably number 1 catchiest.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Thriller.
PYT.
No, catchy? I think Billie Jean catchy.
Beat it. Beat
Okay.
it.
Top
Beat it
2.
up.
Top
Beat it.
2. You go to any wedding, they're going to play this song. You go anywhere on vacation, they're going to play this song. Dancing Queen Abba.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dancing Queen. Number 2 catchiest song last 50 years. And number 1, I don't agree with number 1. I think number 2 is catchier than number 1. YMCA by the Village People.
Oh, no, that's a sing-along.
Yeah, every
That
It
is
is
a
a sing-along,
fun
but is it
sing-along.
catchier than Dancing Queen?
yeah, because every baseball, football, like stadiums
Yes.
play that.
They actually have like a.
What?
Yeah, the
You do
whole
with your
thing.
hands.
Dance with the hands.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for explaining what I was doing.
Yeah.
I forget that we're on radio.
You're spelling the letters.
I'm like, yeah, I'm doing it, guys. You see me
you don't
do
understand?
it.
And then it's
Use
funny when
your
you're not sure
arms to
which
make
way the C
Y,
goes.
Yeah, like,
the
what-
M,
which
the
way's the
C,
C
the
going?
A.
So those are the catchiest songs the last 50 years. YMCA by the Village People.
What was number 6 just for fun?
All pop
Number
songs.
6 was the Macarena.
Oh, God.
Absolutely.
The Macarena was number
hated
6.
that dance.
Okay, real quick. Hey Ya, Outcast, number 7. Hips Don't Lie, Shakira, number 8. Happy by Pharrell Williams, number 9. Shake It Off, Taylor Swift, number 10.
Man. Those are earworm songs.
Yeah.
Well, they get stuck in your head, and that's what happens. Now, speaking of that, let's get to the weekend with the Friday
Yeah.
free-for-all.
Who wants to party?
Yeah, Special K's got Katy Perry and more up next for the Friday free-for-all on 104.1 KRBE.